Good day, my beautiful brothers and sisters, my beautiful people. Today's video is directed mainly to you, my beautiful brothers, and you will see the reasons. You are going to see the reasons. The last video, although intended to be the very last, as I've been saying my whole life to all those idiots who have inquired of me, why do you keep doing what you do? Why don't you just stop? I have always, ever replied, if it was only about me, I'd have given up years ago. And they always laugh at me. They always, oh, you're such an idiot, da 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 da. And in the same vein, if it was only about me, the last video would have been just that. Yet it is not only about me, it is about every single one of you upon earth. So this video arises as I see a need so that you do not end up killing each other as per their plan. Now, I have spoken about the 12 tribes: Brazil, Russia, India, China, Caribbean, America, South America, Europe, Africa, Australasia, Japan, Asia Minor and Islands, 12 nations. You have all been pit against each other financially in this economic world, the war based upon business. And in these final days, there is one book which shows how you're all going to come together and fight to the very end and kill each other on their behalf. And that book is Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Now, in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, it's very easy to see the Dracula, the vampires, those who are already dead, the Jew and the Slav, who I keep saying, who fight to take the energy of Frankenstein, who represents all of you, those with energy of life, so they can feed their children. Remember, IVF, which is exactly what they did. They took the eggs of our ladies, the sperms of our men, and did IVF to breed their own children. Frankenstein. Now, in the last days of killing Dracula, killing those who are dead, as represented by Dracula and his horde in the book, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, the Igors step up to protect the Draculas, those who are already dead. And the Igors represent you traitors. You of the police forces. You of the forces who protect them against your own people on their behalf. And you are going to kill your own people as per their plan until the very end, until you yourself are burning, as represented by Igor burning with his master in the fire, because you are going to burn for an eternity. That's what the Mary Shelley Frankenstein story represents. And that's the reason she is lauded so much in society as a great writer, because she gave them a way of coordinating this ending where you kill each other and none of you realize right in front of you. You're all reading this story, going to the movies, watching the films, lauding this film and book, not realizing it's your own end as you kill each other, the 12 tribes, on their behalf. So this has been brought about to make you realize, forces, right now you sit down, you take a look. You do not go around during these lockdowns and pick up all the homeless people on the street and throw them into prisons for these dead people, the Dracula, the Slav and the Jew, to be eating or draining of their energy as they do. You do not be locking up these people who will stand up and protect. You leave them be. As another side story during lockdown, every single place I've been to, in every single country I've been to, within a few weeks of me being there, lockdown. They lock down the whole place, and it's every single space I go to. Now, I've come to Nizza 5 weeks ago, and in the 5 weeks I've been in Nizza, I have been speaking around to the people, doing videos to the people. And here, everyone has to be at home by 6 o'clock every day. The reason? Because they do not want the workers coming together after the work hours to speak and learn the truth of each other and come together. And now they've got lockdown on the weekends. So they're splitting you up. So after 6 o'clock, you're at home in your house alone. And on the weekends, you're at home in your house alone. They're keeping you all separated so you can't come together and do what's necessary to chop off their blood clot heads and throw them in the volcano. I've been walking around Nizza for the last 5 weeks. And in the last 5 weeks of walking around Nizza, I have noticed Nizza is virtually empty. All the houses in the hills are owned by all the millionaires and the billionaires that own Nizza. And the people who are here in Nizza are the workers, those who service their needs when they come here during the tourist season. And they are keeping all these workers separated by keeping them at home after 6 o'clock when the work hours are done and locking them down on the weekends now, as they've tried to do, to keep you separated and not speaking with each other. This is to you, my beautiful brothers. You stand up. You make sure every one of you are out on the streets. You tell the police, Fafankulo. You make sure you keep an eye on your sisters who are there out there taking the piss out of. You make sure you keep an eye on the homeless, the vulnerable, the children, the vulnerable. And you make sure that nothing makes you fight each other, as per the story in Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, as they make you fight each other for their ends, because they are going to die. That much they've even written into their stories. They know they are going to die. Their goal is to take as much of you with them as they do. Make sure that does not happen.